right. Hello, Jolene and Amy. I am so stoked to get to be talking to you today about Leadership Echoes, this program you just did, a program that supports educators to be seen and heard so they can make the impact they're here to make and have a thriving personal and professional life. Would you agree with that statement, given what you experienced?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Great. Well, in part one, I'm going to go through a few questions here and really just kind of looking at the journey from the pains that brought you to the program to the purpose underneath it that you were hopefully able to discover. So start us off, each of you just tell us like who you are, what you do, your role in your school, and how long you've been doing it.
I'll go ahead and start. So my name is Amy Bull, and I am an elementary school teacher. I loop with my students, so I have them for 2 years. I start out in 4th grade, and then I finish up in 5th grade, and then they continue to middle school. And I have been a teacher for almost a decade. This is my 9th year teaching, and it's my 5th year at this school doing the looping. And before that, I had always done 4th grade.
Awesome.
Awesome. My name's Jolene. I'm a teacher on Amy's team at our school, and we, like Amy said, loop with our kids. This will be my 3rd year teaching 4th, 5th, and a 4-5 split.
Wow, great. So you both got some varying experience, and you are in the thick of it. What were some of the issues that you were facing that had you say yes to this support? And it could be, personally, because as you know, educators, like, things could be growing great at school, but then at home it's a little more difficult because you put all your energy there, vice versa. So what were some of the issues you were seeking support for personally or at work with coworkers or the youth? Anything else?
Yeah, kind of like what you touched on with how everything was interconnected, I think was a struggle for me, even though I have been doing this for quite a while. It could be very frustrating, feeling like all of my energy was going into my career and my job, and then I felt as if my home life or my family life was coming second, and then vice versa. If I felt like I was putting all of my energy into my home life, then I felt like I was slacking in my job. And I also found frustrations with, again, because I've been doing this for a while, sometimes it felt like that pendulum of education was swinging, where I started my career with everything being like, project-based and everything. It went to direct instruction, pull up, test scores, things like that. And then now it's going back. And I also felt just stressed or unsupported in the fact that programs would get rolled out, or curriculum or whatnot would get rolled out at our school, but we weren't fully trained or fully supported in that. And then that took an emotional toll on myself because I wanted to do a good job and meet high expectations, but didn't really have the tools or the mindset. I felt like I didn't really have the tools or the mindset to do so.
You wanted to do a really good job, and programs are being rolled out, and it didn't feel like you had the tools or the mindset to do so. I'm going to guess some people will be able to empathize with you on that one.
Yeah.
How about you, Jolene?
I was really I started this in a place of fear. I left off really on a high with my last class, and they graduated and moved on to middle school. And it was really hard coming back to a class of kids I didn't know in a new school, in a new grade level again with a split. There was just a lot of uncertainty. And like Amy said, the pendulum is swinging and we're getting things just thrown at us and nothing taken away or added support. And so I was just really seeking more skills and I guess just seeking connection with my class and with my team of teachers who I work with, because this is a business of being human. We don't work with technology exclusively. We work with kids. And so it was just really looking for a place to, how can I deepen my connection with my kids and my coworkers? Because if that support is there, a lot more things I feel like could come our way and we would be successful because we work together.
Mm-hmm. Great. Where are you at with these issues now? What's the difference for you after the program?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Try to, both of you go at the same time. It'll be great.
Yeah. Well, with my issue in terms of like programs being rolled out and not feeling supported and feeling overwhelmed or stressed about that, you know, I'm not in a place where I can stop that from happening. If the district makes a decision to roll out a new curriculum, then that's a decision that our district is going to make. However, I feel like now I have a different mindset on that. And I feel like I personally have different skills on how to process that and how to maximize on my own effort and strength so that I'm not feeling overwhelmed and stressed or emotionally drained from it. You know, I feel like I am able to make more of a plan of like who to talk to specifically for support. I'm able to kind of process my own fears or my own anxiety around not doing a good job and meeting those expectations. And so I feel like it's helped both emotionally and professionally with that.
Do you imagine that, just a quick aside, do you imagine that there are a lot of people out there working with youth who kind of have this expectation that the magic wand will happen outside of them? Like that thing will just change in their circumstances. It'll make everything better for them. Because what I'm hearing you say is it's like you found there's a magic wand inside of you to change the way you see the circumstances around you.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of times it might just be human nature. I'm not quite sure, but just I think a lot of times people think that the grass is always greener. So whether you're teaching at a Title I school, like, oh, if I was at a more affluent school, I wouldn't be having these issues. Or if my schedule was this way instead of that, then, you know, that would eliminate all these problems. Or if, you know, whatever the situation may be that people are dealing with and feeling anxiety over. But the reality of it is like Jolene said, that we are dealing with human beings and that there are issues no matter what frame you're going to look at, whatever district you're in, whatever type of school you're in, you're dealing with human beings, not robots. And there's going to be issues. And so you need to find ways to overcome those obstacles yourself, because there is no perfect place to teach and there's no perfect classroom and there's no perfect scenario. You have to make that.
Well said.
Yeah.
How about you, Jolene? Where are you at with these things?
I'm just leaving feeling a lot more settled within
Leaving
myself.
the program?
Yeah, leaving the program, feeling a lot more settled within myself. Like Amy said, I think so many educators have a heart for kids and really have that drive to do what's best for them. And so we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to create these really authentic and meaningful experiences that support kids. And when all this stuff gets piled on, it's hard to really keep that kind of clear vision and aim to really connect. So I'm leaving feeling really clear about, you know, things will come my way. It's a guaranteed that they will come. And I know at the end of the day, if I'm connecting with kids and they want to be at school and they are excited to be here, I'm doing my job to the best of my ability. And that other stuff will come and go like it always does. But those connections will really keep the pace and will flow through all of that.
I still love that about both of you. Just the amount of passion you have for what you do comes through in every word you say here. And yeah, such an honor to have worked with you in this way. The word that really stood out there as you were talking was the word hard. Like things just more pressure and making it harder on ourselves. What's your relationship to that word now that you've gone through the program? As far as it pertains to your work.
Yeah, I think going into it, I had the mindset of things are hard, so I'm just going to quit. And that was like the story I told myself was, oh, this is so hard. Woe is me. I'm done. Sorry.
I'm done. That's too hard.
And leaving this program, it was like, yeah, things are hard. And there's a lot of really awesome stuff that is so much more important than the hard stuff. And it kind of reworked how I viewed what hard was, because new curriculum is new, but it's new. It doesn't have to be hard. I get to pick where that fight comes from.
Yes. Love it. Oh, so great. Y'all say it so much better than anything I could ever say about it. So great. Well, people might be noticing that this is like, it's obviously these people got something out of this. And we're going to conclude this segment for now and go on to the next piece, which is going to be more about the tangible results. Like, what does it look like when these results that you're talking about translate into actual physical action and differences and changes that can be observed by other people? So let's call it for now, and we'll come back in part 2 and talk about tangible results. All right. Peace.